Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? It's fine. Blustery day today. Gotta close your eyes to keep the water from freezing up when the wind blows. How y'all doing today? Hope y'all doing pretty good. Yeah, I just thought I would come out today. Heather's home. She's doing some editing on some other videos, and I was just in the way and pretty much done with what I needed to get done around the house vehicle wise. You know, it's like stupid cold. It's stupid cold. The snowstorm has passed and left us with this little town of Williamson in a blanket of snow. I figured I'd come out and, you know, just kind of run around a little bit and, you know, just kind of show y'all around town a little bit and some of the places that we've taken y'all in fairer weather, and show you what some of them look like in the snow. Why not, right? Just go out and have some fun, run around a little bit, get out of the house and go explore. For those of you who are curious, the primary roads, most of the primary roads are pretty good. Most of the secondary roads, hang on. Most of the secondary roads are more or less this. And a whole bunch of it, more of it. Everywhere you go, more snow. Plenty snow. We got plenty snow everywhere you look. So, like I said, the primary roads are pretty good. The secondary roads, they're pretty bad. They're not real cool. I was coming home yesterday from a little camping trip, and pulling a trailer in the snow. That was fun. That was fun. Of course, I guess a lot of you northerners, anybody from, say Michigan, Wyoming, anywhere in Canada, or any of the cold climates, I imagine you guys are pretty much used to this kind of stuff. But we're kind of used to it. You know, where I get to play on the trails a lot and do my trail thing in the winter, I'm kind of a little bit more used to driving in the snow, playing in it and stuff. So I figured, why not just kind of come out and run around, and it's just pretty much me, some salt trucks, and the mailman. Of course, he's cheating. He's using chains. So, but it is really nice out. It's really pretty out, I should say. It's not nice out. It is definitely not nice out. I just came through town. The thermometer on the bank said 17, but when I left my house about 30 minutes ago, my thermometer in my yard said 9. So it feels like it too, man. It is bitter cold out, y'all. It is bitter cold. Stay in, stay warm, unless you want to get out and play in it, you know. Of course, I'm cheating. I've got my coveralls, I've got military liner underneath there, and all good to go. So about the only place I can feel it on hands. That's about it. Face, can't really feel it anywhere else. Got my cow snow boots on, so yeah, we're just kind of kicking in it, playing in it. Make me a snow angel here in a minute, maybe. Pick me a good spot. maybe ride out Leo somewhere. You get it? All right, I'm gonna load up and we'll head out. We'll go look around a little bit and show you a couple of these spots that, like I said, we've shown you before. And prettier weather, we'll show you what they look like in the snow. This is downtown. I figured we'd come up through town, kind of look at some of the, you know, snowy stuff. And snow-covered giant red devils. We'll record those too, I guess. It's the old church here. I love this old church. They have chimes every hour. They go off. I love this old church. That bell's been ringing every hour since I was a little kid. A little bit of a mess. Like I said, the primary roads aren't too bad. Town has a little bit of snow, a little slushy stuff here and there in town. Not too bad. But I figured we'd go up by the Courthouse and look at a couple of the old historic buildings. Courthouse is really pretty. I bet it's gorgeous under a bunch of snow. What are you doing? One thing about driving in snowy stuff like this, you need to pay more attention, you know. Even if you have four-wheel drive, which, you know, I'm in four-wheel drive. You know, the thing about four-wheel drive is when you need four-wheel drive, it's too late to switch into four-wheel drive because you're already sliding or whatever the case is. You know, four-wheel drive helps you go, it don't help you stop. And you're always going to need a little extra turning room too with a four-wheel when you're in four-wheel drive. They don't have the same turning circle in four-wheel drive that they have in two-wheel drive. And another thing too, another little tip, watch out going up hills. I had one the other day, yesterday, going up a hill, and he's going slow, and I could tell he didn't have enough momentum to make it up the hill, and I stopped and let him go up, and you know, he went up and rolled back down backwards and, you know, came back down. But anyway, always make sure you got just enough momentum to clear the hill, but not so much that you'll, you know, may lose control. But there's the old Courthouse, and for those of you curious, yes, it is indeed made of coal. It actually caught fire once. Been a while back. But yeah, the entire building is made of coal. How pretty is that? It's now the Chamber of Commerce is housed in here now. Chief Logan. Of course, like I mentioned before, I have no idea why we have a statue of Chief Logan here in Williamson. You know, he's not from here. And he's buried, what, New York State, I believe. And, you know, so I'm not really sure why we have the statue. But there's the old Courthouse right there. And they make Hatfield McCoy t-shirts, apparently. But this was all donated coal from the Winifred coal seam. Mined and donated to build this building out of it. How pretty is that? Is that not gorgeous? I always thought it was really cool looking, you know? And of course these here, that used to be department stores when I was little. That was, what, Murphy's, and that one was Hobbs. And of course it's now a parking lot. You know how that is. A lot of snow, ain't it? Oh, yeah. But the old Mountaineer Hotel. This is a landmark. This is a really old landmark. A lot of famous celebrities from back in the day have stayed here in the Mountaineer Hotel. JFK stayed here, and all kinds of people. There's all the rooms, well, not all of the rooms, but a lot of the rooms are named after, you know, the people that have stayed there. And there's 2 crystal chandeliers in there that come from a set that the other part of the set, one of them is hanging in the White House, and one is here. Really cool, huh? But it's, like I said, it's an old historic building, and, you know, been here for many years. And you know, whenever you came here to southern West Virginia, that was pretty much where you stayed back in the day, because that was the only hotel. That was the only one around for many, many, many miles. Man, mountains look pretty, don't they? Up through there. That's Death Rock back up that way. Alright, let's circle town once. Kind of show you town a little bit. A couple other things I want to go show you too. I want to go down by the riverbank and take a walk down through there in the snow. See what that looks like. Courthouse. Used to be an old one here with a big clock tower in it, but this one's the new one. Like I said, that used to be department stores. 19 degrees out, the bank says. Burr. A little bit warmer riding around in the truck than it is in a tent or something, I'll tell you that much. It's like a lot of the snow's gone in town. Here, we go up by the riverbank real quick. That should be really pretty. Maybe get down here in the parking lot and do a donut. Or 5. These roads here is in great shape in town. Hang on one second. Two-wheel drive instead of 4. Tight turn here. I don't know if I can make this 4-wheel drive. Oh yeah. Four-wheel drive kind of gets grindy when you're making sharp turns. It don't like that. This is the old water department here. Well, not old water department. It's the new water department, I suppose. But we're just going right down here to park. We ain't gonna bother them any. Rolling right through the ice. I love this old truck. Wow, check that out. Big sheets of ice going over the waterfall. Wow, that is pretty, isn't it? Huh. I know a better spot. I know a much prettier spot. Actually, I know a whole bunch of prettier spots. I just figured this one was close. Oh, it's cold though, y'all. It is not a warm day. That's a little better view, isn't it? Right down there is where I was at just a minute ago. That's the water plant and the parking lot where I was at right there. A little better view, isn't it? There's Death Rock, way up on top of that point up there. Got a really spectacular view. It's ATVs side by sides only. I may run up there just for the heck of it. Go home, get side by side. But you can see a little bit of the Williamson rail yard. It actually begins down here with the 2 tracks. It goes to 2 tracks with the 2 tracks into 1. And if I remember right, I remember reading that it's at one time, so you got the right back here, you've got great big roundhouse, and I think it's about 30 tracks wide, something like that. And I read somewhere once that the Williamson rail yard, that back in its heyday, was the if I remember right, it was the 7th largest rail yard in either the northern hemisphere or the world. I don't really remember for sure, but it used to have just countless billions of dollars worth of coal, all day, trains in and out, empty coming in, full ones going out. But as you can see, there's no trains there now. But you know how that is. Coal is dirty, I suppose. That's what they say anyway. Of course, we're still using it, to make electric cars and to power them. But, we ain't gonna talk about that right now. We ain't gonna talk about that part. It's funny, isn't it, the way the world works, isn't it? We just don't talk about that part. It still runs on coal. You still got to have coal to make the steel. You got to have coal to make the power. So it still runs on coal. I saw this morning, I think it was in Detroit or somewhere, Chicago, said that the Tesla charging stations were like graveyards. People towing Teslas in, and they're dead because the battery has to be a certain temperature to accept the charge. And so, gas engines are the only thing running. But, yeah. Pretty though, isn't it? Sure is beautiful. I just love coming out here on days like this. After a good snow, just the beautiful sky. Look how blue. Just everywhere you look, just nothing but beautiful. My little hometown. It's changed a lot over the years. Used to be a lot bigger. All of that flood wall, in case anybody's curious, this is a big flood wall around the town. We used to get flooded all the time, and Corps engineers built a big flood wall around there. But they took all of First Avenue when they built that, and took out a bunch of the town, and a couple fires and so forth. And as far as I know, there hasn't been a new house built here in about 40 years that I know of. It's been a long time since I've seen somebody building a new house here. But with tourism, it does seem to be picking up a little bit, with tourism, the economy. But anyway, like I said, we can get on all that kind of stuff. That's not what we're out here for. Talk about Teslas and the economy. We're out here to look at the pretty scenery, right? Show y'all a little bit of my hometown. Share some stuff with y'all. Alright, let's go find something else pretty. That's enough of this one, I do believe. This little stop here is just behind the flood wall down by the river. There's the Harvey Street Bridge, and Death Rock I mentioned is that way, and follow that point straight up. And the water plant's up there about a half a mile at the other end of the flood wall. That's what the flood wall looks from behind. What it looks like. Okay. And never mind the bad language and very poor art. Anyway, it's just funny though, a place like this, I can remember coming down here and fishing when I was a little bitty kid, right over there. Matter of fact, before the flood wall was built, the old bridge was here. It was a blue bridge then. Of course, that's back in the 70s, everybody called it the Blue Bridge. And they repainted it, so it's not the Blue Bridge anymore, is it? He's about as green as you can get. But my point is, just look at this, how pretty this is. Just some place that you've taken for granted. All your life, you've been there 1,000 times, And just look how pretty it is in the snow. Just old mangled weeds a couple weeks ago. They're awful pretty in the snow though, ain't they? Even the litter looks better in the snow. It does, don't it? It's funny. It's a pretty little spot though. Man, it is freaking cold though. It is not a warm day, that's for sure. I think we're probably up around 20 now, something like that. Getting there. Probably not quite, but close. Anyhow, pretty little spot, isn't it? Alright, next. And now this one here, I almost forgot and looped back around to get this old building. Looks like something, yeah, it looks like something out of Back to the Future or Michael J. Fox. You know, there should be a clock tower up there. You know what I'm saying? But kind of just looks like it. But anyhow, this is the old post office and courthouse. This is a federal courthouse. Now, we had the county courthouse right up here on the other side. That's the Mountaineer Hotel I just showed you. The coal house is next to it. And then the new courthouse, the county courthouse, is next to the coal house. But we had, at one time, we had a federal courthouse as well. And the old courthouse is still upstairs. And the old jail cell, I came down on the other channel back in the summer and did a video on the old courthouse. And Senator Truman Chafin, he's a lawyer, local lawyer, but he's senator. And we mentioned that, we were curious, interested in coming down and seeing the old courthouse, and he actually cleared his schedule and made time for us to come down and video the courthouse. It was really cool of him. So if you're watching, Mr. Chafin, thank you, appreciate you. But like I said, I just thought I'd stop by here and show you this old building. A lot of the old cases, and you can tell the old lights, how they look like 50s kind of style. But a lot of the old cases, famous court cases in all of this area, the entire area, were actually tried right here in this old courthouse. Now it's just a post office now. And, it's been a post office since I was a little kid. But, pretty much everybody nowadays, it's a post office. And most of them, they don't even know about this old building's old history. Wild, isn't it? Just something like I said, something you've been by 1,000 times. Mom had a mailbox in here for decades, 1421, and I used to check the mailbox all the time in there and had no clue that it was actually an old federal courthouse, and that a lot of the old historic cases, court cases and stuff that from the area were actually tried right here in this building. Wild, isn't it? Okay, next. Well, that's pretty, isn't it? Kind of funny how you take something, an old bridge, been here for 100 years, been familiar with it since I was a little bitty kid, had a bunch of snow to it, and it's downright beautiful, isn't it? I can remember coming over here when I was little. Actually, Heather did a video here. We did a video here once, about a year ago. Heather, I remember sitting over there waiting. She was doing the video here. But I remember playing on this when we were little kids. See, that's the old rail yard over there. That's the roundhouse. Basically works like a big record player. Train engines, they pull in and the thing spins, turns them, that sort of thing. They work on them, send them back down the other way. A lot of it's old dilapidated buildings nowadays. It's a shadow of what it used to be. You can see here, this track here ain't even being used anymore. The bridge isn't even being used anymore. But it just sits there and looks pretty now. That's its job. Sit there and look pretty. Good work if you can get it. We used to, when I was little, my cousins and I, we would come over here and we'd play on this old thing. And you can see, if you look under, well, you can't see them either. They're steel I-beams, like X's going all the way across. My cousins and I, we'd get out there and walk on those I-beams underneath there. Just crazy kids, Look what a drop too. What a drop from the bottom of that, Just funny the things that kids will do, Yes, you gotta kind of brings home the point of keeping an eye on them, don't it? But you know how it is. We were little wild hillbilly kids. Me and a bunch of cousins. We was all time out doing something stupid, you know. Coming off of steep mountains in shopping carts, or trying to get out in kiddie swimming pools in a river. That works, by the way. A little round kiddie swimming pool, that will work. We've had like 3 or 4 people in one. It will work. They're kind of hard to row, but it will work. But we used to come over here, and like I said, we used to play on this and all up and down this river. I'm very, very, very familiar. There used to be a ladder. You can see what's left of the top piece right there. The handles. Ladder used to go down on that second pier, or well, third one, 1, 2, 3. And there was a little catwalk that you went out through there. But if I remember right, a kid fell off there and got hurt real bad or something. It was when I was really little. And they took the catwalk out and put up no trespassing signs, but you know how that is. Kids don't pay no attention to no trespassing signs. They don't care about that. We went and played anyway. You know, somebody said something to us, we just, you know, okay. You know how kids are. But anyway, I guess I may as well go. I've got to run down to the grocery store here in a minute, pick up some stuff. I just thought like I said, such a beautiful day. You know, just a shame to not come out and look around and ride around a little bit and just see what we see. I will say the snow blindness has been an issue today. Should have brought some sunglasses. Didn't think about it though. But anyway, it's cold, so I'm gonna get out of here, guys. We will see y'all the next time. I hope y'all have a really good day. And until next time, guys, snow blind Leo out. See y'all next time. Well, I can't really see you this time, but maybe next time. See you guys later. Have a good day. Stay in, stay warm, and we'll see y'all next time.